Okay, so we've got our salt dough and we are ready to make some beads. What you will need for the rest of this project will be some kitchen roll or some newspaper or some cardboard, something to put your salt dough on when you've made your beads, your pendants, whatever it is you're going to make today. You need something to make a hole with. I'm fortunate enough to have a solder pick which has a spike on it, but you could use a pencil. Be wary if you decide to use pens, just be careful because obviously pens, when you turn them on like that and push it, the salt dough could collect in there. So I don't want you to spoil your pens necessarily. You might want to find some pencils, maybe the end of a paintbrush. I also have a wooden stick, or I did have a stick. Oh yeah. This is just one of those nail picks, so that's pretty good because it's pointed at the end. If you do have something that's pointed, like a pencil, it helps make the hole, and then it helps make the hole the even size as well. After the beads dry, you'll need some paints. This could be in the form of acrylic paints, it could be poster paints. If you're lucky enough to have some paint pens, I love them. They're brilliant for this activity, especially because you can decorate with precision afterwards, then that would work. If you happen to have things like nail varnish, that also works. If you have clear nail varnish, then you can use that after everything, and that's all your resources. All right, so let's get started. So the salt dough itself is a perfect stress ball, soft and squishy, and it doesn't really leave too much residue, just there is a little bit, but that's fine. Again, remember, if you have really sensitive hands, try and get some protection on, some gloves of some sort, just in case that salt aggravates anything. I'll start with a decent size. I'm going to roll it into a ball. Beads come in all shapes and sizes. You might like a round bead, you might like an oblong bead. Either way, whatever beads you make, it's going to need to have a hole. So let's pop the hole in. When you make the hole, it's going to squash the bead and flatten it a bit. So mine now looks like a donut, which is fine. And all I'm going to do with my donut is pop it. Now, I usually use newspaper, so if you're lucky enough to have newspaper, great. For today, I have kitchen roll. And I'm going to pop it on the kitchen roll. The other option I've got is some cardboard, and that would be good to dry. Whatever you dry it on, after a day, so after you've woken up, just turn the piece over and give it a chance to air dry on the other side. It will leave grease marks on here, but that's just because it's a wet substance. After all, we did add water. So I'm going to carry on making some round beads, popping the hole in. Doesn't really matter how it looks. This one's got a huge hole. There we go. I'm thinking I might make some beads, not just for a necklace, but to make a garden decoration. Hang some beads and see what that looks like, because I have some outdoor varnish which I can put on once I paint it. Like I say, anything's possible. All right, so maybe I'm going to take a big bit this time. This one can be a medallion. As long as you make the hole, if you want it to be wearable, you need to always put a hole through it. So I'm going to carry on making some beads. When you do want to put it out to dry, just leave it all on your newspaper, on your kitchen towel, or on your cardboard. Leave it for 24 hours, check on it, turn it over, and see how you get on. All right. So here are the salt dough beads the next day. And as you can see, the pendant, I've turned it over and it's soft on this side. If we turn everything over, then it'll be able to dry on this side and it'll dry evenly. And we can just wait until they're all ready and then we'll decorate them. If you need to leave it for more than 24 hours, that's absolutely fine. Again, it gives you something to look forward to. And then when they are completely dry, start painting. Decorate them in different colours. You can think about the lines, the patterns, the shapes that you're going to put on them. Everything that you do is a design process, so there's a lot to think about, the science, the maths. There's a lot of learning elements within this project. So enjoy making your beads, and I'll see you for the next lockdown lesson very soon.